You know what nobody tells you about being a Capricorn? The loneliest moment of your entire life doesn't come when things fall apart. It comes right before everything changes. And if you're feeling invisible right now, like you're surrounded by people but completely alone, this video wasn't an accident. I'm Jeff Zodiac, and what I'm about to tell you is going to make some of you uncomfortable, because I'm not here to give you a quick fix or tell you everything's going to be okay in some vague spiritual way. I'm here to tell you the truth about what's actually happening to you right now. And the truth is, this loneliness you're feeling, it's not what you think it is. A lot of Capricorns are quietly writing their birth dates in the comments right now. Not because I asked, but because something in them recognizes this moment. If that's you, go ahead. Let the universe know you're here. Let other Capricorns know they're not alone in this. Let me start by describing exactly what this feels like, because if I get this right, you're going to know I'm not guessing. I'm not giving you generic astrology. I'm describing your specific reality right now. You wake up every morning and there's this weight, not in your schedule, not in your responsibilities, even though those are heavy too. The weight is in your chest. It's this feeling that nobody really knows you. And I don't mean they don't know your favorite color or what you do for work. I mean they don't see you, the real you. The you that exists underneath the strong exterior, underneath the capable persona, underneath the version of yourself you present to the world every single day. You go to work, you have conversations, you participate in life. But there's this glass wall between you and everyone else. They can see you, they can hear you, but they can't reach you. And you can't reach them. Not really, not in the way you need to be reached. You sit in rooms full of people, family gatherings, friend hangouts, work meetings, and the whole time there's this voice in your head saying, I don't belong here. Not because they're bad people, not because you don't care about them, but because something fundamental is different. You're speaking a language nobody else understands. You're living in a frequency nobody else can tune into. And here's the part that really gets you. When you try to express this, when you try to tell someone, I feel really alone right now, they don't get it. They look at you like you're crazy. They say, but you have so many people who care about you. They list all the people in your life as if quantity means anything, as if being surrounded by bodies somehow translates to being understood, being seen, being known. So you stop trying to explain. You put the mask back on. You say you're fine. You go back to being the strong one, the capable one, the one everyone leans on. And inside you're screaming. Inside you're so tired. Inside you're wondering if you're going to feel this way forever. That's where you are right now, isn't it? And you clicked on this video because the title said something that made you feel less crazy for 5 seconds. Because someone finally named what you've been feeling but couldn't articulate. Now here's what I need you to understand before we go any further. And listen carefully, because this is going to reframe everything. This loneliness you're experiencing right now isn't random. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you did something wrong. It's not because nobody loves you. It's not even because you're in the wrong place with the wrong people, though some of you are, and we'll get to that. This loneliness is strategic, it's purposeful, it's designed, and it's happening to you right now because you're about to undergo the biggest transformation of your entire life. I know that sounds dramatic, and I know some of you are rolling your eyes right now thinking, here we go, another spiritual person promising breakthrough. But I'm not promising you breakthrough as some vague concept. I'm telling you that the specific type of loneliness Capricorns experience, the bone-deep isolation that feels like you're the only person in the world who thinks and feels the way you do, that specific loneliness only happens right before everything shifts. And I mean everything. Not one area of your life, everything. Your relationships will change, your purpose will clarify, your entire daily existence will restructure. The person you are 6 months from now is going to be so fundamentally different from the person you are today that you won't even recognize your old self. That's the level of change I'm talking about. But that level of change requires this level of loneliness first, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening, why it has to happen this way, and what's waiting for you on the other side. But you have to stay with me. Because if you leave this video early, you're going to miss the part that makes all of this make sense. This loneliness is doing 3 specific things to you right now. One of them is painful but necessary. One of them is shocking when you finally see it. And the last one is the reason your entire life is about to change. We're going to cover all 3, but we have to go in order, because you can't understand the third one without the first 2. But before we get there, I need to talk about why this happens to Capricorns specifically, because it doesn't happen this way for other signs. Other signs go through loneliness, sure, but not this kind, not this depth, not this precision. Capricorns are built different from every other sign in the zodiac, and I'm not saying that to stroke your ego. I'm saying that because it's true. And it's relevant to understanding what you're going through right now. You are not wired for surface-level anything. You don't want shallow success. You don't want shallow relationships. You don't want shallow spirituality. You want the real thing, or you want nothing at all. That's why you can't do small talk without wanting to die inside. That's why you can't maintain friendships that don't go deep. That's why you'd rather be alone than surrounded by people having meaningless conversations. It's not that you're antisocial. It's not that you're difficult. It's that your soul literally cannot tolerate superficiality. It makes you feel sick. And that's beautiful. That's a gift. But it's also why transformation for you looks different than it does for everyone else. Other signs can grow while maintaining their social lives. They can evolve gradually, comfortably, without disruption. They can add new layers to who they are without stripping away the old ones first. But you can't do that. When you transform, when you really transform, everything has to break down first. Your entire foundation has to be dismantled. The old identity has to die completely before the new one can be born. You don't get the luxury of a gentle transition. You get death and resurrection. You get complete demolition, followed by complete reconstruction. And you can't go through that kind of transformation with an audience. You can't dismantle your entire identity while maintaining relationships that were built on the old version of you. You can't discover who you really are while managing everyone else's expectations of who you should be. You can't hear God's voice clearly when 50 other voices are telling you what to do. So God does something that seems cruel, but is actually merciful. He isolates you. He clears the room. He removes the audience. He strips away the distractions. He puts you in a situation where it's just you and him, and you have no choice but to face what needs to be faced. And that isolation, that stripping away, that clearing of the room, that's what you're experiencing right now as loneliness. But it's not loneliness in the way you think. It's not abandonment. It's not punishment. It's preparation. It's protection. It's the exact environment you need to become who you're supposed to be next. Think about surgery for a second. When a surgeon is about to perform a major operation, life-saving operation, they don't do it in a crowded room. They don't do it while people are talking and asking questions and giving opinions. They clear the room. They create a sterile environment. They remove everything and everyone that could interfere with the precision work they're about to do. That's what God is doing with you right now. He's about to perform spiritual surgery, major surgery, the kind that changes everything, and He needs you alone to do it. He needs silence. He needs stillness. He needs you isolated from all the voices that would interfere with what He's trying to accomplish in you. So He's clearing your operating room, and that feels like loneliness to you because you're experiencing the clearing without understanding the purpose yet. You see the people leaving, the relationships fading, the connections dying, and you interpret that as rejection, as failure, as evidence that something's wrong with you. But nothing's wrong with you. Everything's right. You're exactly where you need to be. The room is being cleared because the surgeon is ready. The isolation is happening because the transformation is imminent. The loneliness is intensifying because the breakthrough is close. Now let me tell you what this loneliness is actually doing, because it's not passive. It's not just empty space. It's actively working on you, changing you, preparing you. And it's doing 3 specific things that have to happen before your life can shift. The first thing this loneliness is doing, and this is the painful one, it's breaking your addiction to external validation. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm not addicted to external validation. I'm a Capricorn. I don't need anyone's approval. And you're right, you don't need approval for your choices or your path, but there's a deeper form of validation you've been depending on that you don't even realize. You've spent your entire life being the strong one, the responsible one, the capable one, the one everyone calls when they have a problem, the one who shows up, the one who holds it together, the one who carries weight. And somewhere along the way, without even realizing it, you started deriving your sense of worth from being needed. Not consciously. You're not sitting around thinking, I need people to need me. But subconsciously, your identity became wrapped up in being useful, in being the solution, in being the rock everyone else stands on. And that feels good, doesn't it? Being needed feels like being valued. Being depended on feels like being important. But here's the problem. That's not real worth. That's performance, that's conditional, that's you getting validation for what you do, not for who you are. And as long as you're getting your worth from being needed, you're not free. You're trapped. Trapped in a cycle of giving, performing, producing, carrying. Because if you stop, if you let people down, if you're not useful, then who are you? What's your value? God knows this about you. He sees how you've tied your worth to your usefulness, and He loves you too much to let you stay in that prison. So He's breaking it. And the way He's breaking it is by putting you in a season where nobody needs you, where nobody's calling, where nobody's asking for your help, where you can't perform your way into feeling valuable. And that triggers every insecurity you have, because if you're not needed, who are you? If you're not useful, what's your purpose? If you're not carrying someone else's weight, what's your identity? Those questions are coming up right now, aren't they? In the quiet, in the loneliness, in the space where you used to hear, I need you. And those questions are terrifying, but they're also necessary, because you need to discover that your worth isn't in what you do. It's in who you are. You're valuable because you exist, because God made you, because you're His child, not because of what you produce or provide or accomplish, just because you are. But you can't learn that lesson while people are still treating you like their personal savior, while they're still calling you to fix their problems, while you're still getting that hit of validation every time someone says, I don't know what I'd do without you. That feels good, but it's keeping you small. It's keeping you trapped in a performance-based identity. So God removes the audience. He takes away the people who were depending on you, and suddenly you're alone. Nobody needs you. Nobody's calling. And you're forced to sit with yourself, with your own thoughts, with your own worth, separate from your usefulness. And at first it feels like death. It feels like you're disappearing, like if you're not needed, you don't matter. But if you sit in that long enough, if you don't run from it or try to fill it by finding new people to need you, something shifts. You start to realize that you're okay, that you're still you, that you still matter, even when you're not performing, even when you're not useful, even when you're just being. And that realization, that shift from worth through performance to inherent worth, that's one of the most important transformations that has to happen before your life can change. Because what's coming next in your life requires you to know your worth, independent of what you do for people. It requires you to be able to set boundaries, to say no, to prioritize yourself, to walk away from people who only want you for what you can give them. And you can't do any of that if you're still addicted to being needed. So God is breaking that addiction right now. And it feels like loneliness. but it's actually liberation. It's freedom. It's you discovering that you're enough just as you are. The second thing this loneliness is doing, and this is the shocking one, it's revealing who was real and who was just using you. Now this one is going to hurt. Actually, it's probably already hurting, because some of you are in the middle of this revelation right now, and it's why you feel so betrayed, so confused, so alone. Capricorns attract takers. It's just a fact. Your strength, your reliability, your willingness to show up. It's like a magnet for people who need someone to lean on. And you don't mind being that person. You actually like helping. You like being dependable. You like being someone people can count on. But here's what happens. Over time, you collect people who only show up when they need something, who only call when they have a problem, who take your strength, your time, your energy, your resources, but never give anything back. And you tell yourself, it's okay. You tell yourself that's what love is, that's what loyalty is, giving without expecting return. And on one level, that's true. Love is generous, love is sacrificial, love gives, but love is also reciprocal. Real love, healthy love, it flows both ways. You give, they give. You show up, they show up. You're there in their crisis, they're there in yours. That's how real relationships work. But the relationships you've been maintaining, a lot of them aren't real. They're transactional, they're one-sided, they're parasitic, and you've been tolerating it because you're loyal. Because you don't give up on people. Because you think if you just love them hard enough, sacrifice enough, be there enough, eventually they'll reciprocate. Eventually they'll show up for you the way you show up for them. But they don't. They won't. They can't. Because they were never in relationship with you. They were in relationship with what you could do for them. And now that you're in a season where you're not available in the same way, where you don't have the energy to carry them, where you need them to show up for you, they're gone, vanished, silent, busy, unavailable. And that reveals who they really were. Or more accurately, it reveals what the relationship really was. It wasn't friendship, it wasn't love, it was transaction. You provided a service, they consumed it, and now that the service isn't available, they have no reason to stay. That hurts. It's supposed to hurt because you invested real love. You gave authentically. You showed up genuinely. And they were performing, they were taking, they were using, and you didn't see it because you loved them, because you wanted to believe the best, because Capricorns are loyal sometimes to a fault. But God sees it, and He loves you too much to let you keep wasting yourself on people who don't actually value you. So He's exposing them. He's revealing the truth, and He's removing them from your life. Not to hurt you, to free you, to stop you from pouring your precious energy into empty vessels that will never fill. And I know right now it feels like you're losing people, like your circle is shrinking, like everyone's abandoning you. But you're not losing people, you're losing access. And those are two very different things. The people who are leaving right now, the relationships that are dying, they were never really yours to begin with. They belonged to the version of you that was useful to them. And that version is dying. That version has to die. So God is letting these relationships die with it. And what's coming next? The new relationships, the real relationships, the reciprocal relationships, those are for the new you. The you who knows your worth, the you who doesn't need to be needed, the you who can receive as much as you give. But you can't build new relationships while you're still clinging to the old ones, while you're still trying to revive what's dead, while you're still hoping people will change. So God is making the choice for you. He's removing them. And yes, it's lonely. But better lonely than surrounded by users, better alone than exploited, better isolated than taken advantage of. The third thing this loneliness is doing, and this is the big one, this is the reason your entire life is about to change. It's creating silence so you can finally hear God clearly. When your life is full of noise, even good noise, even the noise of people you love, it's almost impossible to hear His voice with clarity. You're too distracted by what everyone else thinks, what everyone else needs, what everyone else expects. God's been trying to talk to you for years. He's been trying to give you direction. He's been trying to download vision. He's been trying to show you who you really are and what you're really called to do. But you couldn't hear him. Not because he wasn't speaking, because you were surrounded by too many other voices. So he cleared them, all of them. He gave you silence. Not the comfortable silence of peace, the deafening silence of isolation, where his voice is the only voice, and at first you panic, because you're so used to external input that the silence feels like abandonment. You keep checking your phone, hoping for a text, a call, something, anyone, but nobody's reaching out. And in that silence, in that space where you're desperate for connection, desperate for someone to talk to, desperate for any voice at all, that's when you finally hear him, clear, direct, unmistakable. And what he tells you in this lonely season becomes the blueprint for everything that comes next. The vision he downloads, the direction he gives, the truth he reveals about who you really are, what you're really called to do, where you're really supposed to go. None of that could have come through while you were busy managing relationships and meeting expectations and being who everyone needed you to be. This is your burning bush moment, your wilderness season. You're alone with God in a way you've never been before time. And what he's telling you right now, in this loneliness, is going to change everything. But you have to be quiet enough to hear it, still enough to receive it, brave enough to believe it even when nobody else understands it. So if you're in this lonely season right now, stop fighting it. Stop trying to fill the silence with distractions. Stop reaching out to people who don't reach back. Stop scrolling through social media trying to feel connected. Just be still. Be quiet, be alone with him, and listen, really listen. Because what he's about to tell you is worth every lonely day, every silent night, every moment of isolation. He's about to show you things about yourself, your purpose, your future, that you could never have seen in the noise. And when you finally hear it, when you finally receive it, when you finally understand what this lonely season was preparing you for, everything will make sense. Now let me tell you what happens after, because this loneliness doesn't last forever. It's a season, a necessary season, but still a season. And when it ends, when God has done the work he needed to do, when you've learned what you needed to learn, when you've become who you needed to become, everything shifts. Not gradually, suddenly, like a light switch, like a door that's been locked for years, suddenly swinging wide open. And on the other side of that door is a completely different life, different relationships, different purpose, different daily existence. Everything reconstructed around the new you, the people who left. You won't even miss them, because you'll see clearly that they were in the way. The relationships that died, you'll be grateful, because they were keeping you small. The isolation that felt like punishment, you'll recognize it as the greatest gift God ever gave you. And then the new people start showing up. Different people, better people, people who see you, really see you. Not what you can do for them, but who you actually are. People who give as much as they take, people who show up, people who reciprocate, people who value you for you. And those relationships will feel so different from what you had before that you'll wonder how you ever tolerated less, how you ever accepted one-sided connection, how you ever stayed in relationships that drained you, because now you know your worth. Now you know what real relationship feels like, and you'll never settle for less again. Your purpose will crystallize, not fuzzy anymore, not theoretical, crystal clear. You'll know exactly what you're supposed to do, exactly where you're supposed to go, exactly how to get there. And you'll have the courage to do it because the wilderness taught you that God's approval is the only approval that matters. Everything will restructure around who you became in the loneliness. The job might change. The location might change. The schedule might change. The entire framework of your life might look completely different, but it will finally fit. It will finally feel right, because it's built for the real you, not the performing you. But none of that can happen while you're still in the old life, while you're still trying to maintain what's dead, while you're still afraid of being alone. The loneliness has to do its work first. It has to break what needs to break. It has to remove what needs to be removed. It has to prepare you, and then when you're ready, God releases the new thing. So if you're in it right now, here's what you do. First, stop resisting, stop fighting, stop trying to make the old life work. It's over. Let it be over. Second, use the time. Don't waste this season wishing it was different. Sit with God. Ask Him what He's trying to show you. Journal, pray, listen. Let the transformation happen. Third, trust the process. Trust that this loneliness is purposeful, that it's strategic, that it's preparing you for something better than you can imagine. Trust that God hasn't abandoned you. He's just clearing the room so He can do the work that changes everything. And finally, hold on just a little bit longer, because you're closer than you think. The breakthrough is coming. The door is about to open. Everything is about to shift. And when it does, you're going to look back on this lonely season and understand that it was the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm Jeff Zodiac. Your loneliness is not forever. It's preparation. And what you're being prepared for is worth the wait.